And a lot of people will say, Tank is too small. Let me tell you something. Anybody that gets in the ring with Tank that is not a damn dinosaur is gonna feel something from it. And it ain't gonna be easy to hit it. Got boxing IQ. He may not sound like an intellectual guy when you hear him talk, but he knows the ring inside and out.
In Florida, man looks absolutely amazing. Man looks like a monster. Man looks like precision. Jake Paul cannot take those body shots.
Oh, Tank's gonna kill him. Tank's gonna kill him because he won't be able to touch Tank. And then
okay, it's kind of like the Tyson thing again, though, right? Like when
it reminded me of that, but it also reminded me of like, oh, in barbershops across the world, people, or at least the country, people will talk about this and be like, oh, Tank's gonna kill him because he will not get hit.
Boxing world is shocked by how good Gervonta Davis looks before his fight with Jake Paul. Training videos show him hitting the heavy bag with amazing power and precision. His sharp movements and non-stop energy show how seriously he's preparing for the match. Many boxing experts are impressed by his fitness and confidence going into the fight. Analysts believe Davis has a strong chance to win, but only if he fights smart. They say he should use his movement, timing, and control of the ring instead of trying to score a quick knockout. Davis, known as Tank, is at his best when he stays patient and reads his opponent's rhythm. Experts think that if he focuses on speed and accuracy, Jake Paul won't be able to keep up. While Davis is famous for his punching power, it's his defense and counterpunching that make him truly dangerous. Most agree that when he fights with strategy, Jake Paul can't match his skill, power, or footwork.
The speed and his ability make up for that size difference, in your honest opinion?
Well, he has to be very smart throughout the course of the fight. It's hard to know in some things. I think Gervonta's just gonna stick and move. He'll be fast, play it smart. I don't see him staying still for too long so Jake can land some shots. He'll just try to touch him. Who knows, man? It's an exhibition. It's a money grab. Jake's fighting one of the best boxers ever.
Many experts predict that Jake Paul is in for a tough lesson when he faces Gervonta "Tank" Davis. They believe Tank's experience, speed, and fight IQ are far beyond anything Jake has seen before. While Jake's past opponents were strong, none of them had Tank's explosive timing or ability to take advantage of mistakes. Analysts think that once Davis lands clean punches, the power difference will be obvious. They describe Jake's defense as still raw and untested, while Davis's experience helps him stay calm and calculated in every move. Because of that, many see a knockout as likely. The general belief is that if Tank connects solidly, Jake won't have the stamina or defensive skill to recover, leading to a sudden and harsh ending.
Tank Davis look crazy, bro. Chilaquiles. Gervonta Tank Davis hitting a heavy bag in preparation for his Jake Paul fight November 14th down there in Florida. Man looks absolutely amazing. Man looks like a monster. Man looks like precision. Jake Paul cannot take those body shots. You mean to tell me somebody who done fought UFC fighters and a man with Parkinson's disease can take a body punch from Gervonta Tank Davis, and y'all basing y'all logic just because Jake Paul is big? No, Tank's gonna go ahead and put this man to sleep. I'm telling y'all that right now. If Tank don't put this man to sleep, he done let the black community down, he done let boxing down, and he ain't never been that nice. You Tank fans, y'all trying to give him a pass. If y'all said Tank is as skilled as y'all say he is, if he does not put Jake Paul to sleep and stop Jake Paul, his boxing career is absolutely voided. He already don't care about legacy, and just imagine he don't knock out Jake Paul, and now y'all want to say it's not a real fight, it's an exhibition. No, we not giving no passes, bro. This Gervonta Tank Davis, He needs to put Jake Paul to sleep. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, Jake Paul too big. No, Jake Paul chin ain't never been tested by somebody that hit as hard as Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank should put this man to sleep with ease. I say that respectfully. If you don't put him to sleep,
a 2-pack of ass. That shit stinks.
that's a 2-pack of ass at the highest level. And it's a musty energy at the highest level. Get it together. Get it together. Tank looks amazing. That's the Chilla Killers. Chilla Killers. Chilla Killers.
The topic of weight has become a major debate around this fight. Some people think the size difference between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis is too big to ignore. Others believe Davis's skill and experience will make up for the physical gap. Fans and experts are split on this issue. Some even question whether the fight should happen at all because Jake is naturally bigger. But Tank's supporters argue that his speed, discipline, and precision make him capable of beating larger fighters. They remind everyone that boxing is not just about size. It's about skill, timing, and control. Many believe Jake still lacks the fundamentals needed to truly challenge Davis, whose technical ability can cancel out any size advantage Jake might have.
Is happening. WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis, who's unbeaten in 31 professional contests, takes on the self-proclaimed problem child Jake Paul, one of the most influential and marketable global personalities. Paul and Davis square off in Miami after doubts around the fight being sanctioned in Georgia triggered a change in venue. Neither fighter can weigh more than 195 pounds. The weight is perhaps the most surprising factor. Paul has boxed most of his career around 200 pounds, the cruiserweight limit, but did tip the scales at 227 pounds when he faced off against Iron Mike Tyson last year. Davis, much smaller in stature, competes at the 135 pound mark and has also won world honours at super featherweight.
And despite some discussions about possibly dropping down to 10 ounces, the pair seem set to wear 12-ounce gloves.
And in terms of distance, despite the exhibition tag, the fight will play out over 10 3-minute rounds with 3 scoring judges at ringside, but the result will not be officially recorded on their professional records.
Former UFC champion Michael Bisping acknowledges Tank's incredible power and skill, but warns that size still matters. He respects Davis's ability to adjust against bigger opponents, but admits that physical differences always have an effect. According to Bisping, Tank can outthink and outmaneuver Jake, but the weight gap might test his endurance and ability to handle heavier punches. Still, he admires Tank's determination and believes that if anyone can overcome this challenge, it's him. Bisping concludes that even though the size factor is real, Davis's technical skill could still give him the edge if he sticks to a smart, flawless game plan.
Out there taking on Mike Tyson that's pushing 60 years old, for crying out loud, but at the same time pretending to be like this badass motherfucker, sending me DMs talking. He offered me a contract a long time ago and I was like, what are you doing? I'm a retired fighter and I've got one eye. Why would I want to fight you? I wouldn't lower myself to doing that. I know a lot of people do that. They do lower themselves, if you want to say that, because of the payday, because Jake Paul is a big name. He is a social media sensation. He's a YouTube star, and now of course in the world of boxing he's one of boxing's biggest stars because he puts on these spectacles like Paul versus Tyson, like Nate Diaz, because these are the fighters, these are the names that attract the eyes. Jake Paul is the B-side to almost every single one of his fights. When he fought Nate Diaz, people were tuning in for Nate Diaz. His last fight against Cesar Chavez Jr., apparently no one watched that fight. Apparently the pay-per-views were ridiculously low. So this one's going back to Netflix on November 14th, and it's an exhibition bout. Of course it's an exhibition bout because no athletic commission in their right mind will sanction this fight. There's just no way you can make this a legitimate fight because of the size advantage. Typically this would be very, very dangerous and someone could get really hurt. If Jake Paul was to swing as hard as he could and connect and wobble him and hit him many, many times and not knock him out, with the bigger gloves and the concussion possibilities and the brain rattling around inside the head, and Jake Paul just teeing off at him as hard as he could, it's dangerous. That's why fights like this can't get sanctioned. That's why this is a exhibition bout and not a real matchup. Now listen, they're both going to get paid tremendously. They're going to make a ton of money and a lot of people are going to tune in and watch it on Netflix. Fair play.
Several boxing analysts have spoken out against the way Gervonta Davis's record has been criticized. They argue that many fighters who faced Tank gained huge recognition afterward. For example, opponents like Lamont, who weren't well known before fighting Davis, became more popular and successful after their matches with him. Experts say this shows how much influence and star power Tank has in the sport. They reject claims that Davis isn't one of boxing's biggest names. According to them, his fights not only entertain fans, but also help other fighters build their careers. Criticizing his legacy, they say, ignores the fact that Davis has helped raise the profile of many boxers just by sharing the ring with them.
Ongoing discussion in the boxing world about Gervonta Davis and Gervonta Davis, his resume, who he's going to fight, the competitors that he's going to fight. And every once in a while, something happens that proves that Gervonta Davis is the face of that. If he's not the face of boxing because people just don't want him to be that, man, he is real close to it, because other than Canelo Alvarez, and even consider Canelo Alvarez included, nobody in boxing has divisions circulating around him like Gervonta Davis does. And that was proved during this Lamont Roach versus Pitbull Cruz announcement for their pay-per-view. Just think about this. Gervonta Davis, they always say that Gervonta Davis has a poor resume, but yet Gervonta Davis, guys that fight Gervonta Davis, lose to Gervonta Davis, or get a draw to Gervonta Davis, can fight one another and make an anticipated pay-per-view between the two of them, because that fight with Pitbull Cruz is a very, very popular fighter with Mexican fight fans. Lamont Roach got a lot of name exposure with black fight fans and Mexican fight fans and white fight fans, all with his draw that he got against Gervonta Davis. Now they believe that this is going to be able to be a profitable endeavor for a pay-per-view. Now, let me also tell you that Rolly Romero, who was somebody else that Gervonta Davis fought in the past, will be on a pay-per-view that's going to be successful, most likely, when he defends his WBC 150